Hi, grade 8. Our next topic on factoring is the sum difference of two perfect cubes or two cubes. So before we work on factoring with this pattern, take note that we're going to factor binomials since this has something to do with two terms, and both terms must be perfect cube expressions. And then this is either sum or difference. Now, before we work on the factors, it's necessary that we have to answer these two questions. What are perfect cube expressions? If these expressions are perfect cube, such as m cube, 27 n to the 6, 8p to the 21st. So these are all perfect cube expressions. And take note that when any number raised to the third power, the result will be considered as perfect cubes. So for example, we raise 1 to the third power, so we have 1 here. 2 to the third power, we have 8. 3 to the third power, we have 27. So 1, 8, 27 are perfect cube expressions. Okay. Now, as regards to the algebraic or to algebraic expressions, you have to check the exponents. So if the exponents are multiples of 3, then we can say that the expression is perfect cube expressions. So m cube is a perfect cube expression since the exponent is 3. Same with 27n to the 6. 27 is a perfect cube expression, and 6 is a multiple of 3, while 8p to the 21st is also a perfect cube expression. Now, how do we extract the cube root of a perfect cube expression? So, looking at this illustration, if we're going to extract the cube root of 1, 8, and 27, the cube root here is actually the base of the left side of the equation. So the cube root of 1 is 1, while the cube root of 8 is 2, and the cube root of 27 is 3. Okay? Now, with algebraic expression like m cube, extracting the cube root would mean dividing the exponent by 3 and then copy the base m. So this is m. Well, cube root of 27 n to the 6. So cube root of 27 is 3. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this will be n squared or 3n squared. And then cube root of 8p to the 21st is 2p to the 7th. So that's how we extract the cube root. Now we are ready to factor binomials using the pattern sum or difference of two cubes. But let us again consider this one. So this must be x cubed plus y cubed, and then x cubed minus y cubed. Okay, so this is the sum of two perfect cube expressions, while this is the difference of two perfect cube expressions. Now, there are two factors on the sum or difference of two cubes. The first factor is a binomial factor such that both terms are the cube root of the given two terms. Like cube root of x cubed is x, while cube root of y cubed here is y. So we copy the sum or the operation of the given binomial. So this would be the sum. Now, the second factor is dependent with this of the first factor. Now, this x squared was taken by squaring the first term of the binomial factor. And this y squared was taken when the last term of this binomial factor was squared. And the middle term is the product of the first and the second term here times -1. So this becomes negative. So take note that if this is addition, the middle term of the second factor is subtraction. While if this is subtraction, this must be addition. It's the same way how we get the factors here for the second equation here. So both terms again here are perfect cube expressions, and this is the difference of two cubes, this one. So we have to extract the cube root of x cube and y cube, that's x and y. And then we copy the operation subtraction. The first term here, this one was taken when we square the first term of the first factor, while this y squared was obtained when we square the second term of this binomial factor. And the middle term here again is the product of the first and the second term of the binomial factor times -1. So we got plus xy. So that's how we factor the difference or sum of two terms which are both perfect cube expressions. Now let's try to factor these five binomials. But first, let's inspect whether both terms of each given are perfect cube expressions. So for y cube, y to the 9 plus 1. So both terms are perfect cube expressions because the exponent is 9 here. And we have 1, which is also a perfect cube expression. So the first factor is a binomial factor, which is the cube root of both terms. So the cube root of y to the 9th is y cube, while the cube root of 1 is 1. So this will be the first binomial factor. And the second factor will be, first term here is the square of y cube. So we have y to the 6. And then we'll get the product of y cube and 1 times -1. So we'll get minus y cube. And then the square of 1 here is 1. So these are the factors. But the first factor here is still factorable. In fact, it's the sum of two cubes. So we have to factor this out. Whatever the factors of this, along with this trinomial factor, will be considered as the final factor. So the factors of y cubed plus 1 are the binomial factor y plus 1, which was taken when we extract the cube root of both terms y cube and 1. And then the second factor is the square of y. And then the product of y and 1 times -1. And then the square of 1. So these two factors, along with this factor, are the final factors for number 1. So we have y plus 1, y squared minus y plus 1, and then y to the 6 minus y cubed plus 1. So these three are the final factors for number 1 expression. Okay, for number 2, both terms again are perfect cube expressions. So the binomial factor for this one, so we'll get the cube root of y to the 6, and that's y squared. And then cube root of 64, it's 4. So we copy the operation of the given. And then the trinomial factor, first term, so it's the square of y squared here. So we have y to the 4th. And then the product of the two terms times -1. So we have plus 4y squared. And then the square of -4, we have plus 16 here. Now, y squared minus 4 class is still factorable, but this is not the sum difference of two cubes, but it's the difference of two squares. So we have to factor this out. And from the previous discussion, the factors of these will be the sum and difference of the same two terms. So we have to extract the square root of both terms. So we have y plus 4 quantity y minus 2. So it should be y plus 2 quantity y minus 2. So how did we get this? We extract the square root of both terms y squared and 4. Now, along with these two factors, we have to include the second factor here, and we will consider that as the final factors. So the final factors will be y plus 2, y minus 2, and then y to the fourth plus 4y squared plus 16. So these are the final factors. For number 3, both terms again are perfect cube expressions. So we have to extract the cube root of both terms. So we have cube root of 8m cube, 2m, and then cube root of 343n cube, we have 7n. So the second factor will be square of 2m for the first term here. So this is 4m squared. And then the product of 2m and 7n times negative 1. So we have minus 14 mn, it's m, and then plus 49 n squared, the square. So these are the factors. Unlike with the first two examples, we tried to factor out either of the factors since one factor in the previous examples was still factorable. But in the case of number 3, both factors are no longer factorable. So we'll consider these factors as the final factors. Likewise with number 4, so we're going to extract the cube root of 216x cubed. So that's 6x. And then extract the cube root of y to the 6. That's y squared. And then we're going to square the first term for 6x. So we have 36x squared. And then the product of the two, 6x and y squared. So we have minus 6x y squared. And then the square of y squared. So we have y to the fourth. So these are the final factors. So I'll change the given in number 5. So that's supposedly 54a to the fourth. So this is 54a to the fourth minus 2a. 54a to the fourth minus 2a. So obviously both terms are not perfect squares. So we have to move out their common factor, and that's 2a. So we will divide both terms by 2a. So 54a to the fourth divided by 2a, so we have 27a cubed, while negative 2a by 2a is negative 1. So the second term is factorable. In fact, it's the difference of two cubes. Okay. So what are the factors of 27a cubed minus 1? So the binomial factor will be cube root of both terms. So we have 3a minus 1. And then the trinomial factor, first term, square of the first term here. So we have 9a squared. And then the product of the two terms times negative 1. So we have plus 3a. And then the square of negative 1, 1. So along with these two factors, we will consider, or we will include also 2a. So the final factors are 2a, 3a minus 1, and 9a squared plus 3a plus 1. Okay. So these are the final factors. Now, let's have more exercises. Let's try to factor completely each expression. Now, both terms here are not perfect cube expressions. So we have to move out the GCF. And the GCF for both terms will be 5. So upon dividing both terms by 5, we'll have 8x cubed minus 27. And then this factor is still factorable. So we'll have cube root of 8x cubed, 2x, while cube root of 27 is 3. And then the square of the first term, 2x. So we have 4x squared. The product of the two times negative 1. So we have plus 6x here. And then square of negative 3, 9. So the final factors here will be 5, quantity 2x minus 3, and 4x squared plus 6x plus 9 here. For number 2 class, h to the ninth minus k to the ninth. So the factors are h cubed minus k cubed for the first binomial factor after extracting the cube root of h to the ninth and k to the ninth. And then the trinomial factor will be first term, the square of h cubed. So we have h to the 6 here. Product of h cubed and negative k cubed times negative 1. So we have plus h cubed, k cubed. And lastly, the square of k cubed is k to the 6. Take note that this binomial factor is still factorable, and that's the difference of two cubes. So we'll extract the cube root again of h cube and k cube. So that's h and k respectively. Separate them by a minus sign since the operation here is subtraction. And then we'll get the trinomial factor. First term is the square of h. So we have h squared here. And then the product of h and k times negative 1. So we have plus hk. Last term is the square of negative k. So these are the factors together with this one. So the final factors here are h minus k, h squared plus hk plus k squared, and h to the 6 plus h cubed k cubed plus k to the 6. Now for number 3, both terms are perfect cube expressions. So the first binomial factor will be the cube root of both terms. Separate them by a plus sign. So cube root of 64d cube is 4d, while cube root of e cube is e. And then we'll square 4d, so we have 16d squared. Product of 4d and e times negative 1, so minus 4de. And the square of e. So these class are the final factors since, as you can see, each of the factors is no longer factorable. For number 4, both terms are perfect cube expressions. So the first binomial factor, first term is the cube root of 125v cubed. So that's 5v. While the cube root of 8z cubed is 2z. We separate them by a plus sign. And then the second factor, first term, square of 5v. So we have 25v squared. Product of 5v and 2z times negative 1. So we have minus 10vz. And then square of 2z, we have 4z squared. And these are the final factors. For the two terms, obviously the two terms are not perfect cube expressions. So we have to move out their greatest common factor, and that is 2. So after dividing both terms by 2, so we'll have 432x cubed by 2. So we have 216x cubed. And then negative 2y cubed divided by 2. So we have y cubed. So we will factor out the second factor. So cube root of both terms is 6x and y, separate by a minus sign. And then the first term here is the square of 6x. So we have 36x squared. The product of the 2 times negative 1. So it's 6xy. And then the square of negative y is y squared. So the factors for number 5 are 2, 6x minus y, 36x squared plus 6xy plus y squared. So those are the factors. Okay, so it's necessary that you know how to identify perfect cube expressions. Also, you should know how to extract the cube root. And it's also important that you know whether the given factor is already the final factor. And most importantly, you should know the different factoring formulas that I have introduced to you. So that's it for now.